Hi everyone, Remy here. Just before this episode starts, just want to let you know we had a couple of audio issues, so it sounds a little different than usual, but don't worry, next week we'll be back better than ever. So just bear with us for this one.
Hello and welcome to Pit Stop Procrastination, the pit stop for your thoughts when you just want to debrief the race. You're joined by Remii and Zoe. Hello, Zoe.
Hi, Renee. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. That's good. This week, it's finally here. We're about to step into a new era of Formula One. New engines, new aero, smaller cars, bigger electric power, and no more DRS as we know it. The 2026 regulations have officially reset the grid, and we're about to see our first real clues at the Australian Grand Prix.
Will one team nail the regulation overhaul and shock the fields while we're heading for another early era domination story? And how different will these cars look and race when the lights go out at Albert Park?
Yeah, today we're breaking down the new rules in simple terms, the biggest unknowns heading into Australia, and the early signs of who might have gotten the reset right.
So, Zoe, what's about to happen?
I think the best place to probably start is to talk about the week two of testing in Bahrain.
Yes,
Thoughts, feelings, vibe.
absolutely. Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I feel like Barcelona and like week one were really like nothing compared to everything that unfolded in week two.
Yeah, it really felt like a lot had shifted, which obviously is, the case because they've figured some things out in the first week and we've had that time. And everyone was pulling out all tricks. I felt like,
Yeah, I agree. I think probably because it was like closing, like, you know, we got to kind of see everything wrap up and see where
Yeah.
standing, like everybody had pulled out what they were doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Probably the best place to start is just having a quick chat about that Ferrari wing.
Holy shit.
That was crazy.
I like the amount of memes that have come out about it and just like in general, like
Yeah.
how like I still don't believe that Ferrari have actually done something good.
And it's so funny because they sent Lewis like back in after a few laps. And I'm like, are you hiding something or was it really shit?
It yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, and I've seen like the memes with like the rotisserie chicken like on the wedding because basically there's like
Yeah, that's so literally turns, which is really quite odd. So that, but they do go off for the rest of testing, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see, what that was, if it was just a little trick.
Were they using the wing when Lewis took off and flew for his fucking life?
Oh, I don't even know. That's a good shout. Maybe he was.
I think he was. I think that was the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, so interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. There were so many Ferrari memes this week. Yeah. Like Ferrari are literally on fire. Every Ferrari fan is just slowly whispering, like, this is how you just go. This is how
It
you
was just crazy because that is really not where I thought we were going to be.
No, I'm just genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
I would love, Lewis always wins in his second season at a new team.
This is true.
So, if conspiracies are correct, we could be on here.
Well, yeah, and I have some quotes from him in the T section later.
Amazing.
He is also coming with a renewed mindset, which I think is awesome. So good, yeah. So they looked the strongest on both pace and execution. So Charles Leclerc set the fastest lap of the second Bahrain test at 1:31.992. And yeah, everyone was just really, really impressed with their reliability and strong late performance run.
So interesting. I don't think anyone expected that from Ferrari.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. Mercedes also appear like pretty good. But they didn't do like I guess all the simulations.
Yeah.
Well, that everybody else was doing.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to pick up their pace.
Yeah.
Reliability wise, they looked really strong. And yeah, I think it'll just be really interesting to see how they go because we didn't really get like kind of like one outright lap pace from them to really know where they sat. Like Ferrari, for example.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's really all going to come out in Australia.
Yes.
Switching gears to with Aston Martin. That was interesting.
Man, what a horror story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, not really what I expected because I like low key was like, yeah, it's Fernando. Alonso's
yeah. That's what I thought too. Like I've been kind of talking the whole time about how we might maintain the championship. Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. So it sounds like they found a little bit more pace, the last couple of days, but it also doesn't sound good at all.
No. I thought at the start they might have been sandbagging, and just like hiding their true pace, but like the amount of shit that's come out that they left facing it's definitely not a case. So they only did 6 laps on the final day due to a shortage of Honda power unit parts. And Honda basically came out with a statement confirming that they had battery related issues that hampered running. And so yeah, they basically only did 128 laps, which was the lowest out of all the teams in the second test.
Yeah, it's not looking great. I really hope they're just mucking around and hiding something, because I kind of wanted to see them do well this year, but they're probably sitting near the bottom for me at this point.
Well, yeah, and also so Aston Martin are the only team using the Honda engine, right? Which basically means for reliability and everything, they only have 128 laps that they can look at the data for the power unit.
Yeah.
Compared to Mercedes, for example, who have 1,554 laps of data that they can use between Mercedes and McLaren and Williams and Alpine.
Yeah.
And Ferrari have 994. Because obviously other Haas uses it, and also Red Bull has 736 because they've got big cars and stuff as well, and Audi did 357 laps.
Yep.
So really, when you take it back again, that Honda only have 128 laps.
Yeah, to go off. That's it.
Yeah,
it's not looking great for them.
and you can't be sandbagging that. That's just irresponsible. Oh yeah, to my mind.
Absolutely. You never know what Adrian is doing, but it doesn't look good. No, it doesn't look good. And hopefully they can work something out by Australia.
Yeah, I hope so. Did you have any other thoughts on anything that happened in testing?
Not particularly. I think I'm just really, really keen for Australia now, to be honest. I'm just all right, because we've seen a lot more testing than we normally do.
Yeah.
So we're okay, I'm ready. Let's just get out there, showing what we're dealing with.
Yes, agreed. I think in terms of the only other thing that I will mention is in terms of the midfield. So kind of from the test stand, it kind of looks like the top 4 will remain the top 4. So you've got Red Bull, McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari, and they all look very strong. And it's really hard to tell where we're sitting. Everybody kind of has their different strengths, and I think this is hiding quite a bit of it. So maybe Ferrari looks the strongest, but we just kind of have to wait and see what Mercedes is hiding. McLaren is slightly lagging, but they always knew that was going to happen because they, like all the other teams, kind of backed off development earlier in the year, and McLaren obviously had to stay in it for the title fight. So they seem relatively comfortable with catching up throughout the year. But in terms of the myth, and obviously Aston Martin is sort of at the bottom. But in terms of the midfield, I was really, really surprised at Alpine and Haas. They seemed to be at the top of the mid, which is really interesting, and I think plays into the fact that Alpine obviously just had such a tractor of a car last year, and it seems like that has maybe based on testing paid off. They've got that Mercedes power unit in there, and they looked really strong. And same with Haas. So
yes, Haas I think will be a really interesting one to watch this year. Very interested to see how Audi goes. Very interested in my Williams, obviously. They have a bit of a rocky start. They have some faith.
Yes. Well, they seem to have played catch up, but I think the problem with the Williams is that it's still too heavy. So it might take them 6 to 8 races.
To climb it back.
But then they'll be away.
You know what I also think is so interesting? This is slightly change of topics. You know how last week we were talking about, these rules with Mercedes and the FIA were trying to make a decision, whether they're going to have to fix their engine or not. What if it does get to August and they finally make the change? What if Mercedes have gotten away for the season, because they're kind of cheating with this engine?
Well, that's what I hope, because I don't think it's cheating. I think
it's time if they're on cheating there.
Well, they got approval from the FIA. How much now practicing work, a moat they take off.
Oh my god, what is gonna happen? I can't wait to look back at this episode at the end.
I know. And also it's gonna be interesting to see if anything comes out about this Ferrari wing as well. Because they'd had approval on that from the FIA too. So if anybody comes out about that, then it's well, what's the purpose of
Yeah, exactly. They're just mucking around at this point. Anyway, sorry, I took us off topic.
No, it's interesting. So Cadillac as well as the other one. It seems from all reports they're obviously at the back of the pack too. That's
that's expected.
Expected, and it seemed like a really well-oiled unit, like for a new team.
Yep, I think
That's really great to see.
I'm really excited to see Bakchu back on the grid. I feel like he's been bringing such good energy. I can't wait to see his interviews again.
Yeah.
He's gonna be great. I'm really excited.
100%.
So
good.
yeah,
That's that. Okay. Well, we figured the best thing to do next was just like talk through the new regulations and what they mean.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculously complex, like obviously as like Lewis has touched on with our last episode. So
Yeah.
we're going to try really, really hard to like explain it to you in simple terms.
really chill.
Plain and valid, like not deep. So
Yeah.
apologies if you listen to this and you're like, you missed a bit. It's just really try and simplify this for like the average viewer to understand.
Absolutely.
So we've kind of broken it down into like 5 key changes.
Yeah.
Like so obviously the power unit's changing, the electrical deployment lights are changing, the aero's changing. We'll touch on like how the cars are a bit smaller and lighter, and then also like the cost cap as well is a bit changing there. Obviously I had to sneak that one in.
Of course.
Well, go ahead on the finance curious.
Amazing.
Do you want to kick us off, Ram?
I can. So I'll kick us off with the redesigned hybrid power unit and the new rules of that. So basically, the engine is still 1.6 turbo V6, right? 1.6 litre turbo V6, but the hybrid system is rebalanced. So there's no MGUH, and the electric motor, which is the ERS, becomes much more powerful up to 350 kilowatts.
Okay.
So basically, they're trying to focus more on this battery system than the fuel system in the cars, right? At the same time, the fuel rule book shifts to advanced sustainable fuels, right?
Okay.
So basically, they're again trying to make the car more sustainable by changing the fuel.
Yeah.
Which is a little bit interesting because they're not actually driving in the testing with this fuel.
Yeah.
Which is a huge thing because everyone's like, well, how can you even test it? Because if you're using more powerful fuel now and less powerful fuel later, it's not actually getting the proper results in his testing. So that's been really interesting to look at as well.
That's interesting too, and I would love to know because I think I read an article where in Bahrain also that they weren't using sustainable fuels. But I remember reading an article where it was like Ferrari and Shell had their fuel signed off and ready to go.
Yeah.
The others, for example, like Mercedes have not.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if Ferrari will end up, whether they tested with sustainable fuels or not. That's something we'll have to reconfirm for after Australia. And whether they've got that advantage actually built in, or does Mercedes look good now, and then once they get the sustainable fuel in the car, they're not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's all these things about Ferrari coming out, like they thought about the launch, they heard about the fuel. It's very interesting coming from them.
I still hasn't it. I'm like, were they sandbagging us all last year by looking like paprika's? And they're actually a well-oiled machine. Is this just don't believe it?
No, there's no way they all went to like couples counseling it. Roast the out.
No, that's so strange.
It's so strange. Anyway, sorry guys. No. Why was this change made? So as I was saying, the FIA frames its 2026 package around being more sustainable and pushing relevant technology. So more electric energy use and sustainable fuel.
Yeah,
that's why. Because obviously we're pushing to be more sustainable in Formula One.
Yeah.
Which is a whole other topic.
Yeah.
So what it means on track is that the teams will chase lap times across a bigger set of trade-offs. So electrical power, battery limits, and how efficiently the engine turns fuel into performance, because the rule is written in fuel energy flow, not just in like kilos an hour.
Yep.
So that is a little bit about the power unit. I hope that makes sense.
I think you explained that beautifully. It's so hard to kind of articulate because it's so dense.
Yeah, and we're just going to keep it really
Yes.
It doesn't need to be that deep.
So I guess high level, we're focusing more on electrical power.
Yep.
And we're using sustainable fuels.
Absolutely.
Cool.
I would have said it better myself.
Okay, so the second one is all around the, like as Remy's just kind of talked about, the electrics. So it's all about the deployment of this, I guess, is the way to say it. So we now have override mode, which is basically the new DRS.
Yep.
And basically, the long and short of it is sorry, I'm fighting with her online. The rules don't let teams use full electric power everywhere.
Yeah.
So as Remy's just said, like we've got way more electric power this year than we've had in previous years. But the teams are not allowed to use all of this electric power all the time.
Yeah.
There are specific rules for it.
Yeah.
So it's capped by car speed. So the electrical power basically falls to zero at anything above 345 k's an hour in normal use and 355 when in override mode. So basically, this is to stop the cars from becoming run full electric all the way down the straight. And it essentially just makes a new passing tool. So it's like a controlled rules-based mechanism rather than like an arms race.
Yeah.
So there are specific kind of rules around using the override mode or like overtaking and how much electricity that you can harness through overtake. You can't just go full send, essentially.
Yeah.
So basically what that means when they get on the track is like drivers will have to actively manage where they spend and harvest their energy. So kind of like what they've been doing in the past, but like on a crazier scale.
Yeah.
And because the electric push is limited to high speed, teams have to prioritize the exit speed and the min-straight timing. So you can expect like different patterns to emerge in terms of when they charge and when they attack.
Yeah.
And this leads really nicely into what the comments from Max that he made last week.
Yes.
Do you remember and I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but he was basically saying the fact that you had to like go slow into a corner. Was that what he said?
Yeah, because he was saying like the fact that we're prioritizing battery.
Yeah.
It's like it makes it feel like Formula E.
Yeah.
And not Formula 1.
Yeah.
And he's not very happy about it.
Yeah. And so that's goodness. we're good at this.
Gosh, I'm doing this for a job.
Far out. So basically that's what we're saying. So it's like instead of having like this DRS where you get this extra boost, it's like you're actively managing it every step of the lap.
Yeah.
And you can only use it in certain parts throughout the lap too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you've got to be really careful and you've got to think about it a lot as you're going around.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. There you go.
Love.
Woo. Step 3.
So I'm going to speak to the active aero, which replaces the DRS.
Yeah.
Essentially, right?
Yeah.
So we have front and rear adjusters instead of just our DRS flap.
Yeah.
So to speak, right? So you can move both the front wing flaps and the rear wing flaps, but only between two defined positions. Corner mode and straight line mode.
I can totally see why Max said this is like fucking. It's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
It's a bit ridiculous. I hope you're all with us still.
Because like this feels like a video game.
I know, it's just like, yeah, like push X now, like you'll be able to go have the boost. Yeah, so it does feel a bit ridiculous.
Okay, sorry, continue.
When you lay it out like this, it does feel a bit ridiculous. So its use is constrained to activation zone and the rule are tightly controlled when deployment is allowed. So it kind of follows the same idea of DRS, so you can only use it in those certain spots, but there's a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
So why was it made? With the new hybrid and energy targets, the cars need a way to cut drag on the straights without relying on the old single-win DRS trick. The FIA also wants more designed-in overtaking and efficiency package. So that's why. I'm like, I don't even know what else to say. So what it means on track, so the drivers and engineers can now manage the aero mode. Oh, sorry guys, my voice has gone so funny today. Drivers and engineers can now manage the aero mode choices as part of a lap execution. So you'll see different setups and driving styles depending on whether a team prioritizes corner grip or straight efficiency. So again, that's the corner mode or the straight line mode. Very confusing.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So that's that. I hope that makes sense.
It does, thank you.
Great.
Okay, the last two are like a lot easier. So I don't think fuck for that. Do you actually want to take number 4? Because I want to take the.
I was going to say, there's no way I'm talking about the cost car than me. So no, neither am I. The other thing that's different this year about the cars is they're smaller and lighter, which was the most exciting part of all of this. But now that kind of all the other bits have come out, everyone's gone, oh, actually, it doesn't really sound great.
No.
But this is the part that we're excited about, to have smaller cars, because, you know, we're hoping that we can get around each other quicker.
Yep.
And more efficiently. Yeah, to have more overtakes on track.
Yep.
someone's changed. So the cars are physically smaller. And let me give you guys a couple of very light numbers. The big one to note, I suppose, is the wheelbase. It goes from 3,600 mil to 3,400 mil. So slight little variance there. The other thing that's changing is the mass of the car without fuel, right? So before, in 2025, it must not be less than 800 kilos. But so now in qualifying and sprint, it's 726 kgs, and all other sessions, it's 724 kgs.
Interesting.
So little bit of a variance there. I won't bore you guys too much with this very meticulous numbers, but basically the cars are smaller. Yeah. So the FIA wanted to do this because they want to make the cars more agile and a rule set that works within the new power unit and energy approach. Yeah, so it all ties in together. Yeah. So what you can expect from the cars is to be more responsive, potentially more on edge, especially as teams juggle a lower weight target with a new hardware, so the battery, electronics, active aero. So the weight management could also become an early season differentiator.
Yeah, and then Williams comes into it. Hey, yeah, they're going.
Yeah, exactly. So that was a bit dense, that one, but hope you know that now.
Sorry, I gave that one to you. Far out. I didn't really yeah.
But
No good.
that's fine. Take it away.
Okay, so the fifth and final is around the cost cap. So basically this year the power unit manufacturers are governed by a dedicated power unit cost cap.
Amazing.
So they get 190 million for the relevant full year reporting period. And they also get safety net, which I found really interesting. Yeah. So what that means is that basically the safety net can be allocated after races 6, 12, and 18, potentially granting extra opportunities for these teams to kind of catch up. Yep, I guess is the right word. Like if their power unit is not performing as well as others, they get some extra money to be able to I guess tighten the grid up.
Yeah.
And like cost cap relief and yes, and just like extra hours to test for teams that are significantly behind.
Yep.
Because Formula One wants these engine manufacturers to stay and they want to, obviously Alpine have stopped making their own power unit now, and they really want to safeguard it for the future to make sure that more teams don't leave. Yeah, it doesn't really change anything for on track, but I think it's just a really interesting play on to see what's going to happen going forward.
I did have a friend ask me on the weekend. She was like, "Why doesn't everyone just spend heaps of money and make their car the best?" Yeah, and I was like, "Hell, they have a cost card." Yeah,
You can't. You're allowed to.
so some people don't really remember that part.
You know, so and that's I think it's interesting. So yeah, basically, I guess to give an overall recap on these regulations, it's been a really dense session.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for listening. But it's gonna feel, I guess, a bit more like a systems era, very heavily tech focused.
Yeah.
The teams won't be just fighting on the track The teams won't be just fighting on the track downforce and horsepower. They'll be also fighting over things like energy timing, aero modes and usage, and how they keep the car in a usable window.
Yeah.
And it's going to be lighter and packed with new tech. So yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting. I wonder if we're going to have a lot more DNFs.
But I'm really interested to see how they roll it all out. Yeah. And there's some things that I'm just really not sure about.
It's going to be interesting. And honestly, after doing that and explaining that, I can see why a lot of the drivers are upset. Lord's saying, I've had so many sessions on this. I don't even imagine. I know.
A lot of buttons.
It's a lot of buttons.
And this is supposed to be the pinnacle of motorsport.
Yeah.
That just feels like it's getting a little bit complicated. A little bit like Formula E. And it's very interesting. Even the lights in the car, we haven't even spoken about that. But basically there's all these lights on the car now. So when they're stopped, it's a safety thing. There's flashing lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Which, great. If they're spinning out on track, it's good just for safety. But it's on the starting grid. Everyone's lights are flashing.
And did you see off the starting grid on the takeoff on the weekend? I think I sent it to you. I was like, they sound like toy cars putting it out because it's all the electric energy. It's I don't love it. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan.
I'm really hoping that we all get surprised The drivers can rally together to bring Formula One to where it needs to be.
Yeah, either way, you'll be hearing from us. Okay, I'm wondering if we actually like break this up and move into the tea segment. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun, and then we can circle back to like what to expect out of the AusGP.
Yeah, okay, that sounds great.
Kicking us off, Yuki's car caught on fire. No, Motor's doing a show run on the weekend, and he did a bit of Doughies, don't answer.
Yeah.
And the whole car just fucking caught on fire. Like, crazy hectic.
Yeah, that was really, really hectic. Yeah, and I expect that to pop up on my feet.
No. But I'm glad that Yuki's out there, having a go, having some fun. So yeah, happy.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
Good to see in a weird way.
Definitely. Talk to me, Ram. What have you got?
I have got some interesting stats of like Australia versus a championship, right?
Yep.
Let me get about it.
Yeah, bring it on.
So basically, I saw an article from Formula Grid, and basically they have pointed out a little conspiracy for us.
Oh, bring it on.
And I love weird conspiracy. The last 3 Australian GP winners have all failed to see the checkered flag in Melbourne the following year, is what the go is, right?
Okay, so Lando, you're saying Lando's gonna...
Yes, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
If Lando doesn't finish the race, the conspiracy continues.
Okay.
Let me take you back in time.
Please do.
Charles Leclerc, he won in Australia 2022.
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc DNF Australia 2023.
Interesting.
Max Verstappen, P1 in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Max Verstappen DNF 2024. You're right.
Yeah.
Next year, Carlos Sainz 2024 wins actually in Australia. Does not finish in 2025. So if Lando gets a DNF in Australia this year, the conspiracy continues.
AusGP1, baby, you heard it here. You heard it here first.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
Come on, Oscar.
I'll go next. We'll do one for one if you want.
Yeah.
So, as I alluded to earlier, Lewis made some beautiful comments on Instagram
Yeah.
about his refreshed mindset, and hopefully that has a lot to do with himself, but also the car being, like he's gelling well with the car. He basically said, I'm reset and refreshed. I'm not going anywhere. So stick with me. For a moment, I forgot who I was. But thanks to you and your support, you're not going to see that mindset again. I know what needs to be done. This is going to be one hell of a season. I've given everything to be here today. Let's go, team.
I love that. And
Have you heard anything more inspiring? I haven't asked you.
come on.
Come on, Louis.
It's going to be Lewis's year, sure.
As you said before, second year in a team, it's fucking go time.
It's go time.
He's going to win the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Everyone's going to win the championship in my book.
I know. I've been so ready. I have a nice warm story for us. So I saw that Box posted this, I believe. At the Australian Grand Prix, Turn 6 is going to be named after Hannah Schitz and Laura Muller. So that is really, really cool and beautiful. They wrote, it is a reminder that females belong at every corner of this sport, which I loved.
Yeah, because it's the Australian Grand Prix falls on International Women's Day this year. So
Yes, it does.
it's really exciting that they've kind of honor women in that way.
I love that. I was really, really happy to read that. So that was my good news story.
Yay, because we still have, men in our DMs and men in our comment section telling us we don't belong here. So, we've got a long way to go, baby.
Yeah.
And far good. Really good.
Yeah.
Kind of like to see it. I love to see it.
Woohoo.
Okay, so shall we chat AusGP?
Absolutely.
Because after the Bahrain testing, obviously, we thought, based on all that, what are we expecting to see? And we just thought we'd have a bit of a quick chat. Yes. What are you kind of most excited to see?
Obviously, I'm excited to see them on track.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see them start.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see who's quickest. I'm excited to see everyone's attitude. I'm excited to see Oscar on the podium.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I want to see it all. And I want to see good weather. I really am sorry for last week's episode. I think I spoke about the weather 89 times. I was so annoyed.
Yeah, I don't feel it though. It's stressful.
I just want to have the nice time.
Yeah. Hopefully good weather on the Saturday.
Yep.
Because we're going.
Because we're going on Saturday together.
Yeah. I'm going on Sunday, so hopefully good weather for me too.
I really hope so.
Yeah. Good. So obviously we've spoken a lot about the electrical power and stuff, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out at Albert Park.
Yeah.
Albert Park is known for its rolling acceleration zones and multiple medium speed corners leading into straights, and a few stop-start traction zones. So what that will mean is that we need to watch out for like drivers running out of electric boosts before the end of the straights.
Yep.
Because they're so long.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be really interesting as they try and manage this new electrical power that they have.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's going to be really interesting as kind of a side note to watch, like, how people go with the overtakes around this circle, but that just like in general this year, because, you know, they're going to run out of electrical power and you know, they're halfway through the overtake and it's done.
Oh, no good.
Yeah, so it's gonna be kind of interesting to see who kind of locks that down early and does well and who doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's going to be our first race that we see the active front and rear aero replacing DRS. So I think that's going to be really exciting to watch the cars switch between the high downforce mode for corners and the low drag mode for the straights.
Oh, it's also complex. Like, I think it's all just going to take us like 6 months to get around there. So that's okay.
I'm really hoping we can just see what's going on. Yeah, because I know there's been a lot of talk about like how we're going to know when they're like using the buttons, so to speak, or not. You know, is it going to come up on screen?
Yeah.
We're going to have to rely on commentators. Like, how are we going to know what's going on?
Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see how they tackle that.
100%.
So I think in Australia, we need to watch closely on turns 3 and 9. So I think that's where we're going to see this situation of the active aero. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if overtaking was easier or harder. I really think it's going to look weird, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And the stability and the braking when we switch through the aero mode. So
True, the dirty ear.
yeah, like what's happened?
Yeah. Albert Park is Sydney tight. Like, it's definitely not the tightest of circuits on the calendar.
Yeah.
But it is obviously a street circuit, so it is tight. So it's going to be interesting as well to see these like smaller and narrower cars and just see how they go. Because it's going to help. So that's something to watch out too. Like, you know, do we notice a difference in these cars? Do they look exactly the same?
Yep.
How do we feel about them? Especially with street serve, that I think ideal place to start, because
Absolutely.
it'll be easier to ascertain whether these cars are actually meaningfully different or not.
Absolutely.
Cool.
We can look out for the new power unit situation.
Yeah.
So, you know, there'll probably be some electrical failures, energy recovery glitches, active aero malfunctions. So maybe some cooling issues in the Melbourne heat. It just depends, if it's hot or not. So that will also be really interesting to see how that kind of plays out.
Yeah, definitely. The heat is actually a really good one too.
Yeah. Because we don't know. Last year we had like a normal 20-something degree day, a 35-degree day, and then cold, then raining. So yeah, we don't know what we'll get.
It's going to be hard to tell.
Yeah.
I think the last thing I'll say is it's going to be really interesting to see who bounces back the quickest over the weekend. Like, you know, shit an FP1 and then pulls out a beautiful outcome quality kind of situation. So because I think that everyone's going to have to just be super agile at the start. And play it from there. I think it's going to be also really interesting to see whether we're going to have like a Mercedes or a Red Bull dominance right from the start. It is as tight as we think it is.
Yeah, I'm really interested. I just want the grid to be tight. I don't want it to be too spaced out. It's like just want some good battles the whole time. I also wanted to quickly touch on F1 Academy. So it's not going to be in Melbourne. Even though last year we were like, bring it to Melbourne, not here.
That's okay.
Starting the following weekend in China. So they're going to have 7 rounds and they're all going to still be at the Formula One Championship as it was last year, which is amazing. So revisiting 6 countries, and they're even going to make their debut in Silverstone, which is really exciting.
They had 6 or 7 races last year.
I think they had 7 as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same.
Okay.
So, and they're going to the Circuit of the Americas in Austin Falls, tying with Cesar in Reed. Oh, good. And that is one of my favorite tracks.
Definitely.
Yes, because I've been there.
Yeah.
But like, God, way to grag. I know, I'm sorry. It's such a good track. I love it. I absolutely love it. They haven't announced like all of the drivers yet.
No.
So I'm still waiting to see who's gonna make the grid this year.
Yep.
But it will be really exciting, and we will, let you know what we goes.
Yes, that's good.
As per usual.
As per usual. Okay. So Finally, thank you everyone for making it this far with us. We now get into prediction.
Scared. I don't know what I'm going to say exactly. So, just a refresh of everything, please. I won last year. Well, that means you get to go first. Okay.
I'm backing myself. So we're starting clean slate.
Yeah.
And I think maybe best to go over the rules again. So just to give everyone a refresher.
Yeah.
So 1 point for the correct spot, the correct person at the correct spot.
Yep.
An extra half a point or was it an extra point?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was an extra half a point if you get all three.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because we were like, that will then distinguish, if we both end up on like 10s. Yeah, slightly 10 and a half.
Yep.
Gives you that extra
Absolutely.
override mode.
Absolutely.
Okay, so point for getting the right person in the right place, extra half a point if you get the trifecta. That's what we're going on.
Yep.
Should we decide on a prize?
Yeah.
What do you
God, what's the prize?
How do you feel?
Something good.
Yeah, I reckon something good. Let's circle back. Yeah, next episode.
Yeah.
I reckon we made it good.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
They're going to make the stakes high.
We'll make it has to be something Formula 1 related.
Okay.
Yep. Or even like a go-karting, like the loser has to pay for, like, we'll both go-karting and the loser has to pay for the winner. Okay. Yeah. Like something fun.
Any suggestions, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. And we'll raise the stakes.
Love that.
And we'll just go for it. Okay. So I'll go first then. That's fine. I'm going to say Oscar's going to win.
Okay.
I'm going to say, this is hard.
Your part's so hard.
I'm going to say, no. I'm going to say Charlotte's going to come second, and I'm going to say Lewis is going to come third.
Okay. You're locking it in?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, go. It's scary. No, that is really scary. Yep. Okay, go.
I'm just looking at everyone's faces to see who's looking at me the right way.
Giving you the best vibes.
I'm not going to do the same because I need this to be... I feel like we can't have the same people at the same spot. Yeah,
I mean, we can.
And I could care.
It doesn't matter.
Only because I want to put Oscar.
You have to put Oscar.
Oscar number 1.
Yep. Done.
I'm backing Carlos Sainz in as number 2.
That's a big call considering the Williams is severely overweight. But you do. Severely overweight.
Yes! Well, you put it like that.
Nah. No, you can back it out if you want.
And controversial.
I should get it.
No, I'm backing Carlos in the 2.
Okay.
Controversially, I'm gonna say that George Russell finishes 3rd.
Oh, I think that's a good call.
Yeah, but you know me and George, we have beef. For that reason.
How can you fucking hate George when you see videos of him talking about Lewis and can hate for nothing?
He is the best.
He is my soulmate.
That was highly funny.
I know I'm a married woman, but like I would leave Dylan for George.
You're not Dylan. That's what I'm gonna go for. That's a lazy lineup, man. That's crazy.
Okay, I also have a bonus question because I thought this would be funny.
Yeah.
To do who we think's gonna win the championship.
Yeah.
The first round. You go first this turn. This means William, but it'll just be who do you think's gonna win the championship at the end of the season?
Oscar.
Okay.
You're gonna put a wild card in.
I'm going Lewis.
Okay. Okay.
And then we'll circle back.
Okay.
Maybe we could do like a mid-season check-in and see who we think's gonna win.
Yeah.
Then we can do like a before the last race and see who we think's gonna win the championship.
Yeah. That one's so crazy, man.
I can't believe you put Carlos at second.
Yeah. Okay, look, I'm not gonna lie. That was me doing the year. I kind of forgot about Australia. That was me doing the year. Why? I just wasn't listening to you and you were speaking. No, now I'm keeping it. Like, are you sure? Like, it was quite funny.
Sabotage.
That's what you were talking about. What do you mean? The championship, we just did that, but then I realized because you're so
Fucking idiot. Did you forget like the format of our entire podcast?
I'll show you guys. I'll keep it.
Okay.
Oscar's gonna win 100%. And I think Oscar will do the championship. I honestly will.
I hope he does too.
Like, it's got to be his year. And he has to win in Australia. Yeah, he has to. There's no other choice.
Agreed.
Has to be Oscar in Australia.
The only reason I said Lewis for the championship is I think it's funner if we both have different people.
Oh, 100%.
Or just like, because this one means nothing.
Yeah.
100%. It doesn't mean nothing. Surely we get a point for that.
Yeah, I guess actually we could do that.
Whoever wins that gets a massage.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm keen.
Oh, so funny. I was like, oh god, my brain is mush.
This Halloween, we're back to the pod. But hey, it was on my logo.
Yeah, guys, did you see?
Yeah.
Gods?
I love it. I'm gonna say thank you so much, Ivy.
Love you, Ivy.
You're the best.
She just saw the vision. That's a V1. Yeah,
She
I just really nailed it. First go, colour palette, everything. Yeah. So that's really exciting to roll out. But we're all grown up now.
watched this space.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some exciting things happening there next week. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled, as I keep saying.
Yeah.
Well, if you like today's episode, you should probably follow us or whatever you Spotify. Yeah. The little plus,
Yep.
the little thing with the bell.
Yep.
That's good. YouTube as well.
Yeah.
That would be really good to have a look because we press full videos of the episode.
Yeah, you can see us chatting.
It's pretty awesome. Hey,
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, as per usual.
It's great.
Where else can people follow us, Zoe?
They can follow us on TikTok. They can follow us on Instagram. They can follow us on Pinterest. They can follow us on Twitter.
Yep.
I refuse to call it X.
That's fine.
At Pissed Off Procrastination.
Yeah.
This year I'm gonna hit my Twitter strides.
Amazing.
But yeah, you get like kind of behind the scenes content, yeah, socials, and also just like cut out videos of us from today.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Doesn't look good. Well, I don't think it recorded. I'm not joking. I'm gonna turn it off. I don't think it recorded.